Let's go to Japan today. Are you ready? This is Arav. Arav, say hello.
Hello.
And this is Mama. My name is Preeti. Hi. If you're new to our channel, let us know who you are, where are you from in the comment section. And if you are a friend here, quickly say hello to us in the comment section like our other friends are saying. See, Adya is here. Hi, Adya. Adya is from Singapore. We also met her in the pool today, right?
Yes.
So today, where are we going? Japan. Has anybody been to Japan, like for real?
No.
Our neighbors have been to Japan. His dad worked in Japan for a long time and he's a doctor, isn't he?
True.
Guys, any of you, have you all been to Japan? Do you know any fun thing about Japan that you want to share? Do let us know in the comment section and we will share with everybody else. Itimasi, hi! Hi, Nandini. What's the name of the child with you, Nandini? Do let us know. All right, should we go to Japan? Are you ready? Are you excited? Hey, do you think at this time of the year, will Japan be cold or will it be hot? Well, I did not Google about this and I have no idea. Are you sure will it be cold?
Yeah.
It's the month of August. Is
Yeah.
it cold in Japan at this time of the year?
Shouldn't be getting cold.
Should be getting cold? Well, I don't have any idea. Let me know if you have any idea whether Japan is cold or hot at this point of time.
It might be a little bit hot, but it will be mostly
So
cold.
here's a cool fact shared by Nidhi. Japanese are always on time. That's right. That's why they have invented like just-in-time technique and all that, right? What is the name of the story tonight? The Tongue-Cut Sparrow. But before we go to the story, we will be learning a lot more about Japan. I'm so excited.
Hi.
Hi, Samiksha. All right, let's go to Japan.
It's so
Someone
hot.
here. Okay. Is it hot? Meanwhile, can you Google and find out whether it's hot in Japan or whether it's cold in Japan at this time of the year?
Hey, may I Google from? May I Google?
Okay, I'll Google as well. Don't go and ask Google. Can you do the story hat thingy? Meanwhile, I'll just look in the Google.
It will be easier.
Okay, Arab wants to ask Google. Go ahead.
Hey Google.
Japanese are hard worker. Okay.
Hey Google. Is Japanese hot?
Current temperature is 26 degrees.
It's not hot in Tokyo right now.
It's not hot.
26 degrees.
It's 26 degrees, so not very hot. Hey, that's cool to know, right? Come.
Yeah.
Now,
Cool
the
to know.
story hat is shaking. The story hat is shaking. What's in the story hat?
About Japan.
About Japan. Let's go straight to Japan. Are you ready? Here we are. Welcome to Japan. This country is made up of thousands of islands. Does anybody know how many thousand? 6,852 islands. Can you believe it? Let me make the picture a bit bigger for you so that you can see it and enjoy it. So we are on an island, Japanese island. I'm gonna play some like the island music, like the sea waves coming in. Most people, they live on the 4 largest islands in Japan, Arab.
There's a story.
Do you know Hokkaido, Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku?
I have something to say.
Hey, all the names mostly they end with u, right? Hokkaido, Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku.
Tokyo is the capital of Japan.
Tokyo is the capital of Japan. That's right. So how many islands? 6,852 islands.
That's a lot.
Yes, Japan is an Asian continent. And you see this yellow thingy is Japan, Arab. It's fully surrounded by water.
Wow.
So there's Pacific Ocean to one side and the other side is Japanese Sea.
I know. And then Indian Ocean is
Indian Ocean is a bit far away.
I know, but it's like on.
All right. Hey, do you know the Japanese name for Japan? Like the Japanese name for Japan is Nippon or Nihon, which means sun origin. And this is Mount Fuji. Guys, have any of you been to Mount Fuji in Japan?
No, my mother never takes me to such countries.
Acha, really? Mount Fuji is Japan's highest mountain and it is also a volcano. And do you know, Arab, 3/4 of Japan, that is 3/4 of Japan is either forest or mountains. Yeah, 3/4 of Japan is either forest or mountains, and it's very difficult to be made into farms or residential areas because then they have to cut the mountains to make their homes. I didn't know that there's so much of like natural nature in Japan, you know, the mountains and forests and so many islands. I thought Indonesia was full of islands. I didn't know this about Japan earlier, before today. Yes.
You know, Singapore was first a very big country and it had all these mountains also. But people cut it slowly and somehow it separated. And then that's how it became very small, like only a dog.
Oh, is it? Arav has many stories to share with us. Arav, do you know Japan? It sits along the Pacific Ring of Fire. It has many volcanoes and it experiences many earthquakes. Can you believe it? Yeah?
No.
And this is a mukak. These are a type of monkeys and they live in the snowy mountains of Japan. They look different, no? Their hair and the color of the hair, and I think the face is also a lot more pinker. And to keep themselves warm, they soak themselves in the warm springs. And these are tanukis, Arav. Do you know who are tanukis?
Like a raccoon animal.
It's like something like a raccoon, and tanukis are a sign of good luck in Japan. So you see a lot of souvenirs with tanukis. See? So cute, right?
Is tanuki the national animal of Japan?
That I don't know. Hey, any of you, do you know which is the national animal of Japan? Can you help me Google it? I'm not sure who's the national animal of Japan. Don't ask Google. Let's go ahead. Somebody will find it out for us. They are very kind people. Okay, people have lived in Japan for thousands of years. And do you know, it's the 10th largest population in the world.
What?
Yeah. Here's a funny thing, you know, we always know which is the first largest population. We always know which is the second largest population. But after first and second, people really don't know who is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So that's why it's really important to be good at whatever you do, right? Like first or second, so that people will remember you and know you.
Yeah.
Not exactly fits in this context, but I never knew that Japan is the 10th largest population in the world until today. And long ago, powerful emperors and shoguns were like warriors, samurais. The ancient warriors in Japan, they were called samurais. Even if you look at some Japanese movies nowadays, you will hear the term like samurais a lot wherever there's like fighting and war movies. So the emperors and these samurais, they used to rule the country. And they led fierce warriors in battles. And they built many huge castles. So this Himeji Castle is one of the oldest in Japan. It looks so beautiful. It looks like a monastery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So
let me find out if somebody found out who is the national animal of Japan. Guys, did any of you find out who's the national animal of Japan? If yes, do let us know in the comment section. And you know, today, Arav, most people in Japan, they live in big cities. And as you said, Tokyo is Japan's capital. Yes, Arav, go ahead.
do you know that the fastest train you can find in Japan?
I am not sure about that.
See, people travel from city on high speed trains.
High-speed trains, but they are never claiming that it is the fastest train in the world.
Yeah, but
I think the fastest trains runs from Shanghai to some place. I think it is in China. But Japan did test the fastest train in the world in the year 2019. I don't know whether they were successful or not. I just read that much, that they tested the fastest train in the year of 2019. But you can't claim that Japanese have the fastest train. We don't know that.
I mean,
We can find that out after story time
Yeah.
today, okay?
my vote is Japan has the fastest train.
My vote is, I think China has the fastest train in the world. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
We will find out after story time. If any of you can find it out now, do let us know in the comment section.
And there's one more fun. And inside Japan, in Tokyo, they have most somewhere near Japan or something.
Yeah.
They have the strongest train in the world.
Is it?
Yeah, we have gone on it. It's in Singapore.
Okay.
But very few. It's the Sky Train is the strongest.
Okay. Hey, Japan is also known for its technology. Asimo is the name of a robot. Hey, does it look like a person, Ara?
Yeah.
they have produced many robos like a Simo. See, this is a robo. These look and sound just like real people. They can run, climb upstairs, and even play soccer.
Oh,
This is madness. Really?
I hope I could get the Simo. Then when people tackle me, it will be too easy. I'll just tell the Simo.
So today when Arab was at the playground, he did play soccer. So he's imagining that if a Simo was there, how the game would be. Hey, would you also like to have a robo in your team as a soccer player? Do let us know. And Arab, do you know, not just the robotics, they have some very well-known companies in the world. Do you know some of the famous Japanese companies?
No.
Toyota. Amazing motor company, isn't it?
Toyota?
Honda. Sony.
Hey, Toyota is a car. Honda is also a car.
Yes, and Sony is into like music, music records producing, music equipment producing, movie business as well. But I think they are in the equipment business, the Sony that we are talking about here.
Yeah.
So they have Sony, they have Nintendo, Canon, the famous camera company, and Panasonic. They make televisions as well. Toshiba and Sharp. All these companies are from Japan. Well, too many companies. Would you remember any of them? Let me just repeat it for you. Araf, so for motor companies, we have Toyota and Honda. Then we have Sony, like smartphones as well. Sony, Nintendo. Nintendo is PlayStation, I guess. And then for the TV companies, television, they have Panasonic and also washing machine from Panasonic. Then they have Toshiba, Sharp, and Canon, the famous camera company.
Hey, that reminds me of something.
What?
My father just ordered a camera, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, it hasn't come yet.
Hey, somebody helped to find about the national animal of Japan. It's a green pheasant. Thank you, Nirav. Green pheasant is the national animal of Japan.
It looks like I was wrong for my first one.
Okay, and you know, the Japanese have many festivals. And can you see the cherry trees here? They bloom in the spring season, and it's time for the Hanami festival.
Hanami? What's a Hanami festival?
People they dine under the pink trees. It looks beautiful. It looks magical. I love it. I wish I could go there in spring sometimes, and I could see people celebrate this Hanami festival. It looks super cool. Yeah. And of course, in Japan, people speak Japanese. So, how do they say excuse me in Japanese? Sumimasen.
Sumimasen.
Sumimasen. And how do they say see you later?
Matane.
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 And some Japanese words are borrowed from English. For example, baku baku means backpack. Baku baku sounds like twin brothers.
Yeah.
And manga is a famous Japanese comic book, and they have cafes also by the name of manga. And for their food, right, one of the famous dish of Japan is sushi. It's made with rice and fish. A popular sport in Japan is sumo wrestling. Can you see the sumos? The wrestlers over there, Arav?
Yeah, but why is it without clothes?
That's a funny question, Arav. I don't know how to answer that. I think that's how they do sumo wrestling. They're huge, aren't they?
Yeah.
See, during a match, two huge men, they slam their bodies together. The first man to push the other out of the ring is the winner. Japanese people are also big fans of baseball. Can you guess which is the national sport of Japan? Is it sumo wrestling or is it baseball?
Baseball.
Who is team baseball?
Me.
Who is team sumo wrestling?
No.
Me. So we'll find out. And not just sumo wrestling, Japan is home to many different forms of martial arts like karate, judo, sumo, ninjutsu, jujutsu, and aikido.
Hey, do you know there's an episode on ninjutsu?
Ninjutsu?
Yeah, they do ninjutsu there. It's called Ninjago.
Oh, I didn't know.
And
Anybody else is a ninja watcher here? By the way, I'm going to find out who is team sumo for the national sport of Japan. The national animal of Japan is a snow monkey. Somebody the national bird is a green pheasant and the national animal is a snow monkey. It could be that monkey we saw in picture earlier. Yeah?
Oh.
Thank you for sharing, Samiksha.
Oh, that's smart. It could be.
Okay, so hey, they haven't even mentioned what is the national sport of Japan, but I have it here. Sumo is recognized as the national sport of Japan. I won, and all the teams sumo won.
You're cheating because you
Although the most popular spectator sport in Japan is baseball, but the national sport of Japan is sumo.
But my one is the most popular.
And you know which are the nearby countries of Japan? It's China, North Korea, South Korea, and Russia. Which brings me back to the map of Japan. Let's go and see. Hey, these must be the snow monkeys, which Samisha just told us about. They are called muka. And they look very cute. See, this is the map of Japan here, right?
Yeah.
So they are next to China, Russia, North Korea, and South Korea. These are the neighboring countries of Japan. So this was quite cool to know so much about Japan.
Hey, it's also next to Europe.
No, buddy, this yellow one is Japan. See?
Oh, yellow
It's
one.
part of Asia. It's Asian continent. And in Asia itself, the neighboring countries are China, Russia, North Korea, and South Korea.
Hey, China takes up most of the space in Asia, doesn't it?
China, I think Russia takes up most of the space in the Asian continent. Hey, so let me know in the comment section who all are team sumo and who all are team baseball. Now let's go to today's story, which is the tongue-cut sparrow. This story is about not being greedy. So we will find out what happens when you are very, very greedy.
Team sumo.
Now you're team sumo, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. So here we are with the story, the tongue-cut sparrow. Okay. Once upon a time in Japan, there lived an old man who was kind and hardworking. Somebody did tell us in the comment section that Japanese people are very, very hardworking, right?
Yeah.
So the old man was very hardworking. And I think these pink flowers must be the cherry blossoms in Japan.
Yeah.
However, this man's wife was greedy and meany-beany. She spent most of her time nagging her husband. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. The couple had no children, but the old man was fond of a tiny sparrow, and he kept the tiny sparrow as a pet. It was almost like his own, because they had no kids.
Yeah.
The sparrow was like his, child, like a child to the old man, like his own, son or a daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you snap that, hey, you didn't cook this, I'll be amazed. Because men usually don't know how to cook.
Oh, men don't know how to cook. Okay. So the sparrow sang to him and made his days bright with his singing. The old woman, on the other hand, his wife, she complained about the sparrow's chirps. She said that it gives me a headache. This sparrow is always chirping. Stupid sparrow, she said. One day, the old man was out in the forest chopping wood, working really hard. The old man thought, this is a good time to do something about the sparrow. And just then when she was thinking it, and she was getting ready to wash clothes in a big iron kettle in the yard, she brought out a bowl of rice paste, which this rice paste, Ara, because rice has a lot of starch in it.
Yeah.
So she used to use this rice paste to starch the clothes. So she put the rice paste next to the washing area and she sat down next to the kettle to wash the clothes. Then when she went back into the house to get the clothes, what does she find? She finds that the rice paste, poof, is gone. And the little sparrow was perched on a nearby tree. And the little sparrow's mouth had bits of rice paste. And also the feathers had a bit of rice paste in it. The old woman, when she saw that the sparrow's beak and the feather has rice paste in it, she was very angry. She grabbed the sparrow before he could fly away, and she took scissors from her pocket and she cut off his tongue. How could anybody be so mean?
Yeah.
Can you do that to a sparrow ever?
No.
But the old woman did it. She cut the tongue of the sparrow with a pair of scissors. And then she said, now you won't be able to eat rice paste that doesn't belong to you. This will put you in your place. Now do you think a sparrow understands that the rice paste doesn't belong to her, to him and all that?
No.
No, right? A bird doesn't understand all that. Now the poor sparrow was bleeding and it flew far, far away.
But what about the man?
I think the man is gonna feel really upset when he comes back to see what happened to the little sparrow, because it was almost like a child to the old man, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 So it's a mean behavior, right? She shouldn't have cut the tongue of the little sparrow, but she did. Later that afternoon, the old man, after chopping the wood and working hard, came back home. But the little sparrow was nowhere to be seen. He was not perched in the tree in the yard. The old man couldn't even hear him sing, and he wondered, where was the little sparrow? Then he entered the house and he asked his wife, the old woman, have you seen the little sparrow, my dear? The wife lied, Dara. She said, no, I have no idea where is the little sparrow. I did not see him. He must have flown away. The old man knew in his heart that the little sparrow was his friend, a true friend. And he knew that the little sparrow would not leave without a reason. He asked the old woman about the sparrow again and again and again. Hey, but you must have seen him earlier in the morning. What was the last time you saw him? I wonder, where is my little sparrow? So the old man was restless. He just wanted to find the little sparrow. Finally, after the old man asked his wife zillion times, finally the old woman, his wife, she told the old man what had happened earlier in the day with the rice paste. Why are you moving so much? The old man was very sad. He was heartbroken. The next morning, he set off from his home to look for the little sparrow. Do you all think the old man will find the little sparrow?
I hope so.
Are you team yes or team no?
I'm team yes.
I am team maybe, because I really don't know if the old man will find the little sparrow or he will not.
Team, I'm also team maybe.
Arab is team maybe. He switched sides. Are you team yes, team no, or team maybe? Do let me know. So this old man, he went up mountains and down the mountains, because you know there are so many mountains in Japan.
Yeah.
So many mountains. He went up and down and through the valleys and over the rushing rivers. He was looking for the little sparrow everywhere. All the while he called, little sparrow, come back to me, come back to me. Little sparrow, come back to me,
Come back to me.
At long last, he found himself in a dark and gloomy forest. Just then, he heard a chirping sound ahead of him. Little sparrow? His eyes lit up and he started looking everywhere. Where did the sound come from? A little sparrow flew out of a tree and landed on the path in front of the old man. The little sparrow bowed to the old man, and the old man instantly knew on seeing him that it was his friend. The little man bowed back. To the old man's surprise, the sparrow began to talk. Whoa, 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 whoa. How's that even happening? How's the sparrow talking, you guys? So Nirav team, yes, he said that the old man would find the little sparrow, and he did. And so is Anirudh. Okay, so because the sparrow was talking, he said, "Old man, I'm very glad to see you. Please let me invite you to dinner." Astonished and completely taken aback, the old man allowed the sparrow to lead him through the forest. Soon, the little sparrow led the old man into a charming little house. The sparrow's wife and two daughters came outside to greet the old man. Whoa! He had a wife and two daughters? Who knew? Inside the house, a delicious meal was ready on the table. The sparrows sang for the old man and the whole family, the sparrow and his wife and the two daughters, they danced a sparrow dance for the old man. The old man spent several happy days, not one, not two, not three, several happy days with the little sparrow and his family. After 5 days, the old man knew it, that it was time to go back to his home. He thanked the sparrows for treating him so kindly. He was halfway across the yard when the little sparrow chirped, "Please wait, I want to give you a gift." The sparrow's two daughters brought out two wicker baskets from the house. One basket was small and light. The other basket was large and heavy. Hey Arab, if you had a choice to choose between the two baskets, one is light and small and the other one is big and heavy, which one would you choose?
The light and small.
What about you guys? Would you choose the light and small basket, or would you choose the heavy and large basket?
I don't think I'll choose any.
You will not choose any?
Yeah.
Let's find out what the old man does. The old man thought his visit had been gift enough, that they have treated him so kindly with such good food. He said, "Oh, those are gifts already." But there was no polite way to refuse the sparrows, because they insisted again and again and again that the old man must choose one gift. Then he said, "Thank you for your kindness, little sparrows. I will choose the smaller basket. You see, I'm old and I'm frail and I have a long journey home." So the old man thanked the sparrows again, and he left the dark and gloomy forest, and he started his journey to go back to his house. He went up the mountains and down the mountains and through the valleys and over the rushing rivers. Finally, he reached his house. His wife came outside to scold him. "Where have you been all this time? I had to chop the wood myself." Fighting and fighting and nagging and nagging and fighting and fighting and nagging and nagging. The old man told her, but she did not believe him at first. "How can the sparrows talk? How can they give you a gift? This all sounds like surreal. It doesn't sound real." But at the end of his story, the old man showed her the small basket that he had received from his sparrow friend. He opened it, and to his surprise, it was overflowing with gold, jewels, and pearls. The old woman's eyes lit up with greed. She said, "You should have taken the big basket. Then we would have twice as much gold and jewels and pearls." And without wasting another minute, the old woman set off on her journey to go and meet the
The
sparrows. Yeah, in the dark and gloomy forest. She went up the mountains and down the mountains and through the valleys and over
But
the
what did the
rushing.
sparrow think that the man is greedy?
They might think so, right?
Yeah.
We will find out. But I think the sparrows are magical, Arav. Otherwise, what kind of sparrows have such treasures and what kind of sparrows talk? They don't, right?
Oh yeah, or if they're magical, they might be able to see that
They
the
might
old
be.
woman had greed and then
Right. So, see, our friends, Neerav says, Anirudh says he would have chosen the small basket. Hello. Light and small basket, says Neerav. And there's a happy friendship day. Oh, yeah, guys, happy friendship day. Okay, let's see what happens to the old woman. Finally, she came to the dark and gloomy. Oh, no. Without wasting another minute, the old woman set off. She went up the mountains and down the mountains and through the valleys and over the rushing rivers. Finally, she came to the dark and gloomy forest and she heard the little sparrow chirp, the same sound that she hated so much. And now she was very happy to hear that sound because she is a greedy woman and she's here to get all the gold and the jewels and the pearls, right? The little sparrow bowed to the old woman, but she did not bow back. Nah, she was not there to bow the sparrow. She was there for the
treasure.
Treasure.
Bowed and then I came, if I was the old
Yeah.
uncle, and again,
If you were the old uncle, you would have bowed, right?
yeah, and I would have come and said, and then when they said, take a gift, I'm like, no thanks. And
You would have said no thanks.
yeah,
With such humility.
yeah.
Yeah, sweetest boy. The sparrow flew away, and the old woman followed the sparrow. And soon they came to the charming little house. The old woman marched into the little sparrow's house without even being invited. She just marched into somebody's house. Is it good manner to march into somebody's house?
No.
It's not good manners, right? The little sparrow's wife and the two daughters offered the old woman tea. Hello, lady, would you like some tea? The old woman refused it, saying, I have come for the large, heavy basket my husband left behind. I don't want any tea. Huh, how rude is that?
Rude, quite rude.
Yeah, she said, I've come for the large, heavy basket my husband left behind. The little sparrow nodded, and his daughters brought out the large basket. The old woman grunted as she lifted it onto her back because it was really heavy. But this woman is so greedy. Without even saying thank you to the sparrows, she set off for home. She did not even bow to the sparrow. She went to their house uninvited. She declined the offer to have tea. And then she just took the basket without even saying thank you. She set off for her journey. And as she walked, she wondered what could be inside the heavy basket. What do you think is inside the heavy basket, guys? Anybody has any idea? I want you to take a wild guess.
I don't think anything good the lady might like is inside.
Arav thinks there's nothing good inside the heavy basket that the lady might like. What about you guys? What do you think is inside the heavy basket? Are there more jewels? Are there more like gold pieces in the basket? Are there more pearls in the basket? What do you think is inside the basket? Take a wild guess. Any other guesses, Arav?
No, not anything.
You think there's nothing inside the heavy basket?
No, I might have an idea.
Tell me. Well, we have gotten an answer. Rocks. That it could be. It'll be a nice lesson to the old lady if it was filled with rocks. You know, all the way she will carry the rocks back to her home. Her back will ache, and she will get a good lesson for her greediness. I wish there are rocks. Somebody says, Anirudh says it may be stones or rocks. Neerav says it could be rice. Rice is still nice. I really cheer for rocks. I wish she get rocks. Let's find out what she will get. Okay.
I also hope rocks.
Okay. Yeah. So on her way, she wondered what could be inside the heavy basket. And finally, while she was getting closer and closer to home, she could not wait any longer. She just wanted to find out what was inside the
Heavy
basket. So she sat down and she also set down the basket and opened the lid of the basket. Are you all ready? She's opening the lid and we are about to find out what's in the basket. What's that? Guys, did you see? Let me make it bigger for you to see. What's there in the basket, guys? Ara, what is it?
toads.
Not toads. Yeah, toads and snakes. Toads hopped out of the basket, followed by slithering snakes, crawling spiders, and stinging bees. Buzz! And all these creatures, the toads, the slithering snakes, the crawling spiders, and the stinging bees, they began to sting and bite her. And wailing from all the hurt, she ran all the way home. At home, the kind old man nursed the old woman back to health. Because he was very kind and gentle in nature, he took care of the old woman, put medicines for her, made soups for her, made rice for her.
But I thought she was his wife.
That's why, no, because the old woman is his wife.
Yeah.
So he took care of her and he nursed her back to health. When she got better, she said, hey, how do you think she's going to behave when she gets better? Is she going to be mean again?
No.
Okay. So she says, I was wrong to be so greedy. And I'm sorry for hurting the sparrow. Now she realizes her mistake, right? And from that time onward, the little old man and the little, why are they saying little? They don't look little to me. But the story says the little old man and the little old woman fed every bird that came to their house. And they were extra nice and extra caring towards all the little birds that came to their house. And they treated the little birds and the sparrows with kindness and as their own children.
I think so. That's why they also have a national bird.
Yeah, but every country has a national bird.
Singapore, what national bird?
Arav, you throw me questions, the answers which I don't know. What's the national bird of Singapore? Now I need to find out. Okay, any of you, do you know what's the national bird of Singapore? But before I go and find out what's the national bird of Singapore, here's few questions for you. Are you ready for today's quiz? Are you ready? So the first quiz is, what is the name of the tallest mountain in Japan, guys? And your time starts now. Arav is gonna whisper it into my ears and you can write it down into the comment section. Meanwhile, I'll try to find out the national bird of Singapore for Arav. So are you ready for the quiz? Go ahead and answer.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
The highest mountain.
Yes, Arav gave me the correct answer. I hope you know the answer too. Arav, can you repeat the question? What is the highest mountain of Japan? And for the national bird of Singapore, we have found an answer. It's the crimson sunbird and it looks beautiful. Okay, let me see if anybody got the answer to the quiz today. What is the highest mountain of Japan? What's the name of the highest mountain of Japan, guys?
Is it a rapid fire quiz?
It's not a rapid fire, but I'm just thinking we can have 2 quiz questions today. So the first quiz question is, what's the name of the highest mountain of Japan?
We have a winner.
We have a winner.
Fuji.
Everybody clap for Anirudh. Good job.
Fuji. There's also, I think there's some fruit called Fuji. So just don't say
Hey,
Fuji.
yeah, the Fuji apples, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just don't say Fuji. Otherwise, you might even think it's you saying Fuji apples is about.
So we have to say Mount Fuji, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, we have
somebody
so
else
many
said
winners. That's so
Fuji.
cool. Okay, so the second quiz question for today is, what came out of the basket? The old woman's heavy basket.
May I whisper?
Four different kinds of animals came out of the heavy basket. You have to name at least 3 of them. Okay, let's see how many you can get. Arav got 1.
And snakes, also called as
Yes, Arav got 2. Do you remember what came out of the heavy basket?
big bees,
Arav got 3.
crawling spiders.
Arav got 4 of them. Yay, good job, buddy. Let me see if your friends get any of them. Toads, snakes, spider, and bees. High five, Neerav. That's good job.
That's one.
Awesome memory.
Nice.
All right, so last rapid fire quiz question of the day today. Oh, we are getting so many answers. Thank you, guys. All of you are right. Absolutely.
You
All of
can
you are
also
winners.
call the snake a eel.
Okay, so we discussed about that Japan is very big on technology and they have such famous motor companies and electronic companies. Can you tell me at least 4 famous companies from Japan?
Oh, I don't remember.
Arav doesn't remember. Arav, the motor companies. Your famous motor companies. Your favorite. Yes, Arav got 1.
Toyota.
Arav got 2. So 4 famous technology, 4 very famous companies from Japan. It could be technology, motor, or anything. 4 famous companies from Japan that we discussed today, or otherwise is also fine. Arav gave me 2. Yeah, Arav gave me 2 and he repeated the 2 again. You just you are just saying the same name again and again and
What
again. Arav.
is another one?
Okay. Toyota, Honda, Panasonic, Sony. Yay,
That's
good
wonderful.
memory, Neerav. I'm so glad that all of us are learning so much. Honda, Toyota, Panasonic, Sony, yes.
Honda, Toyota, Panasonic.
Suzuki is also a Japanese company. That's right.
Suzuki.
Awesome, guys. You don't have to whisper the answers that you see here in my ears, but
There's
B.
also a
Buddy.
car.
Buddy.
There's a car called Suzuki.
There's a car.
Suzuki or something. Yeah.
Suzuki, yeah. Awesome, guys. Thanks for participating in the quiz and spending your Sunday evening with us. We'll see you tomorrow with another fun story and some fun quizzes. Ta-ta from Arav and Mama. Bye-bye.
Okay, there's also a car named that.